Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I'm outside the complex, which was everyone's favorite property for quite a while. We haven't had really any drama here for a long time. We've got some stuff accumulating on that porch over there that we might need to talk to that tenant about, but otherwise, this place has been pretty drama-free. It's all rented. It's got 2 houses and then this 5-unit apartment here, but we have CoinOp Laundry here. So I was going to talk about how much we've made on CoinOp Laundry, or my kids have made, because they actually own these machines. We had 2 other properties that have CoinOp Laundry, although we just sold one of them, so we'll talk about that. I'm going to go over if it's worth having these, how much we've made from them, and then a little bit about what the expenses might be as well, as far as how much the machines cost, or water usage, those things too. So of course we like the likes, comments, shares. Hold on. Probably don't want to share the code with everybody. And that is one thing. Well, oh, it's beeping at me. There we go. We put this on here because it's a little dirty. We clean this and it gets dirty so fast. But we had just a regular lock on here, and the tenants wouldn't lock it. We had someone break this machine open. They stole like $8 of quarters. Congratulations for your giant haul. So we put a key code on there that automatically locks to hopefully keep people from breaking in here and trying to steal $8. One time I came in here, you can see, it just automatically locked, and the door was open. They hadn't closed it behind them, but for the most part, things have been okay since then. So we'll see how much these have. I mentioned before, my kids own these machines, so we bought them new. I think we got these from Home Depot. We've gotten some other ones from Lowe's. Just kind of depends on the availability and how fast each one has them. Oh, that's pretty good. They'll be happy. This is from a week. That's a good amount. And been trying to teach my kids about investing, and they like money, obviously, like most people do. That's the wrong key. There we go. But I offered them a chance to buy these machines from me. And first my son bought it, so we saved up for a long time. And I let him buy it for $500, which is less than it cost me, but I want to give him a deal since he's my son. And my daughter, they're both 11, they're twins, saw what was happening, and she wanted to get in on the action too. So then she saved a bunch of money for a long time, and she was able to get one too. So it's been pretty cool. They've been pretty happy. They're definitely making a good investment on their money. But the other week, they did not make any money because they were being annoying, so I'll talk about that too. But maybe I'll get this shut. Maybe not. Anyway, I can get that here in a second. But that's a good haul. We'll take it back to the office. We'll count it. We'll also go by the Ocho, see how much is there, and talk about the other property, which I just sold, and how that has done as well. And then we'll talk about the cost of machines and some different expenses here too. Here we are at the Ocho, and we had lots and lots of rain, which has made the grass grow really fast, and our landscaping guys are behind, so they need to get over here. But the Ocho has been pretty drama-free too, except when the garages we rented to always has a car in front of it, and they're not supposed to park over there, and we're not sure what they're doing, but we're just gonna pretend it's drama-free for right now. Our laundry room is up here, and this one came with CoinOp. So the complex where we just were when I bought it was just a mess. It was crazy. Had maybe 4 occupied units, just horrible condition. No laundry room. We added the CoinOp machines. This already had CoinOp machines when we bought the Ocho. It's 8 units. One of them we had to replace. I think the washer went out. We had it fixed once and had to replace it. And then I'll talk about those costs here. But last week here was crazy. Had my best week ever. Not quite as good, but still pretty good. Last week we had $92 in quarters in 1 week. I think the record before that was 60, maybe 70. So it definitely varies from week to week. Some weeks we'll get 60, 70, some weeks we'll get 20. Not sure why that happens, how it happens, but we'll kind of try to average out what I've had, and my kids are supposed to be keeping track of exactly what they get every week. So we'll see if they did that or not. But they're supposed to be. But we'll count these out too, and then we'll talk about the other one I just sold and how much it's had the last month or so. So here is how much we made from the Ocho. These are piles of 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 57, 25. So that also is a very good week. Again, not all weeks are that good. We'll try and come up with an average of how much we're making, but it can vary greatly, and show you some of those numbers and expenses here after we count up the complex. Here is the haul from the complex, which is 10, 20, 40, 60, wait, no, I'm doing it wrong, sorry. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 66.50. That might be the most they've ever had, because my kids own those machines. They'll be very happy. Last week they kind of lost their money. I think they had $19 each, if I remember right, $38 total, but they were fighting over who was going to count it and not being real nice about it. So my wife said, fine, Dad'll just keep all the money that week. So we do make sure they understand money and respect it and don't act like jerks. So they'll be happy with this one. And I'm sure I counted it this time, but I'm going to make them count it again, and we'll see if they come up with the same figure too. That'll be a good test. All right, so we're on the Home Depot website where we buy most of our materials. We have a Home Depot Pro account, a managed account, which gives us really big discounts on lots of stuff, 2% cash back. So we are an investment club as well, 0.5% cash back from the managed Pro account. Plus we get lots of bid room pricing, just saves us a bunch of money. But sometimes Home Depot doesn't have these machines, so we have bought them from Lowe's before as well because they had them. And I just checked in Whirlpool, which is normally what we buy, usually has them on their site too, at about the same price as what we get them for here. Some people have said Whirlpool isn't that good. It's actually cheaper, I think, on Home Depot's site than the Whirlpool site. It was right around there. So we had one that we bought brand new that came broken, and Whirlpool sent someone out. It took a while, but they got it fixed, or they replaced it. I think they fixed it, but it didn't cost us anything. But since then, except for that one that came broken, we've had no problems, no issues, except for the person who broke the coin box by drilling it out. And we did figure out you can buy those separately for fairly cheap. So we actually bought 2 of those and have an extra one right over there in case we ever need it. But yeah, we're paying about $1,028 for is that the dryer, and $1,078 for the washer. Now I know you can get stuff from Speed Queen. A lot of people say they're better, more reliable. I haven't ever used them. I don't know. We've had these over a year now in both places, and they seem to work great and are easy to set up. You can change the coins, how many coins it takes when you first get it. You kind of take it apart and have to pop out some plastic pieces, unscrew some things. I highly suggest watching a video on how to do it because it is confusing when you first do it. And the first time I did it, it took me a very long time. And I got very frustrated. But I finally figured it out, put it together. And that was the machine that wasn't working right and came broken. So I kept thinking I messed it up. And it turns out there's an electrical board issue, something not related to me. But very frustrating going through that, programming the money and fixing it and everything, and then it didn't work, and I kept thinking I did something wrong. Turns out it wasn't me. But besides that, they are fairly easy to change the coin slots on. Once you figure out how to do it after you do it once, then it's like, oh, okay, that's how it works. Or if you watch a video or something, it makes it much easier. Like I said, about $1,078, $1,000 for each one. I gave my kids a good deal. I wanted to teach them about investing. I figure I'm their dad. I'm allowed to give them a good deal too. Like I said, they're 11, almost 12 now. And I had them pay $500 for a machine. So I took a bit of a loss there. I'm okay with that to teach them about investing, how to do it. And it's pretty cool too, because recently my son's like, can I buy more washing machines? Can I buy another one? Can I, what do I do with the money I'm making? How do I invest that? So it's cool to see him understand that not only did he save money and invest it, but then the money he made from investing, he can also take that and invest it again, and this kind of get that snowball going where it's pretty cool to see your investments grow. There is the factor of water and how much water costs. There could be some electrical costs too. It's hard to figure that because one of these is in a 7 unit, one is in an 8 unit. So we have other water costs, we have other electrical costs. for these machines. And then there's also the factor that if we didn't have these machines, right? Let's just say we don't have any laundry there at all. That can make it much less desirable to tenants who want to rent it, right? Having CoinOp on-site laundry is a bonus. Means the tenants don't have to put all their laundry in their car and drive to a laundromat, or they're still paying probably more than what we charge. We charge $1.75 per load in these. And I think laundromats charge more than that. We could probably charge more than that, but I'm okay charging that amount. And then there's also the option of each unit having laundry. So if you have that option, first off, you need it set up that way, right? So you're spending money to put machines in each unit, or maybe it's already set up that way. And you have the option of, do you buy machines for your tenants, or do you let them buy machines? I have single family rentals that have laundry hookups. The tenants almost always bring their own laundry machines, washer and dryer. I don't have to worry about it. But if you've got laundry hookups in the units already, then they're, they're using water for those machines. Most of your multifamily properties, a lot of times the landlord pays for water already. I pay for water on both of these properties. So it wouldn't save me any money not having these machines, because if we had in-unit machines, because I'd probably still be paying for that water. If it's a single-family home, then the tenants pay for water. Then it wouldn't be a big deal. With electric, yes, the tenants do pay electric. They're metered on these units. So there might be a slight savings there, but I think the electrical use is pretty minimal on these. And we'll show you the water use here too, which might surprise you. So this is my water bill for this the complex. You can see there's a massive amount due. And funny story, when I bought the complex, the title company who did the transaction did not pay the previous water bill because there were 2 water taps, 2 accounts. They just paid one, they didn't pay the other. So we're still fighting with them to take care of the previous bill they missed. I mean, that's their job, but they said it's not their fault because they didn't know their 2 addresses. Anyway, we've been paying our bill every month after we bought it, but we never paid the back amount. The city's fine with that, which is kind of surprising, but they're okay with it while we try and fight with the title company and get that figured out. But you can see this is $523, and current charge is $196.77. And we used, that says used 13, that's 13,000 gallons we use at 5.64 rate. And then right here too, we can kind of see consumption history. So I believe May, you can see it was 13,000, April 12, March 11, February 12, January 10-ish, December 11, then November 7, October 7, September 8-ish, August 5, January, July 1 or 2. We just started renting all the units right in the fall. So that's why we didn't have any water usage before then, because we didn't have any tenants, and there's really not any yard or anything to water there or anything. So you could say, well, how do you know all this usage isn't from the washer and dryer? Well, what we can do is go back to this bill, which was from 8/24/21. This is kind of right after I first bought the property, and I bought it in May of 21. There were still some tenants there using water, but there was no CoinOp Laundry when I bought it. We added that. So here you can see, look at this crazy water usage before I bought it. In September of 20 was 25,000 gallons, 19,000, I don't know what was going on there. But August of 21 was 12, 13, in July, June, May was 12, August 15, March 13. So the water usage was way more before we put in the CoinOp washer and dryer. So obviously that means by using the CoinOp washer and dryer, we are saving money because water. No, that's not how it works. But there has been almost no significant gain from having, and the property wasn't even all the way occupied back then when we had those higher water usages. But there's been very minimal increase in water usage. As you can see, it hasn't been a lot. And you also can see here the rate is 5.35, base charge 14.26. The rate now is 5.6 with a base charge of 16. The water rates have gone up, and so it's really a very minimal increase in water. I don't think, I mean, if anything, maybe it's $5 to $10 of water a month, if that, we're using. So it definitely is not eating away all our profits by paying for water bills. I mentioned I had a third property with CoinOp Laundry as well, and that's this one. And I recently sold this property. It has it had a church on this main floor, an apartment back here, an apartment upstairs, and a 2-bedroom house next to it as well. Right, I might show it over here. And I actually just sold this property. It had a laundry room before, but it wasn't CoinOp. We converted them to CoinOp, and with just a couple of tenants and a 2-bedroom house. I had been there every month, maybe a little longer, and there wasn't much money coming in, but the house wasn't using it. We didn't realize that till recently. And we gave the house a key to the laundry room. Well, we checked it before selling the property. I actually had my assistant go out there, empty the boxes. I'm thinking, hey, maybe there's a few coins in there. I think it had been 6 weeks since we checked it last. There was $260 in the machines from just 3 units. So it can add up over time, especially with just a few units, and definitely be worthwhile. So overall, I think the complex is probably making around $150 a month in from the coins, and the Ocho has been making close to 200 now. Oh, you can see the old building back in the day. So it's definitely been worthwhile, and that adds to the bottom line of what the property is worth as well. And let's see if I have, I'm sure I show the laundry room somewhere. But to me, I think it's definitely worthwhile to have the CoinOp, and not just that part of it. It's fun for me too. For some reason, I just love quarters, and people know that who've been watching my channel. So it's been a blast just learning how the business works and what's going on with it, and adding machines and money. Maybe I don't show the laundry room here. What is going on? Anyway, I might have some bigger news coming up here soon too, because I just looked at a property that might give me more quarters, and I won't tell you what it is. It could be exciting. In the past, a lot of you know I've tried to make a laundromat in a small town out of a bar I bought. The city wanted $200,000 in water, not quite, $150,000 in water to do that, all the costs of machines. So that didn't work out. I've tried to look at some other things, but I think I might have something coming together here soon, which will be exciting to share with you too. So if you have not subscribed, now's a good time to do it. I can share that with you and keep talking about the different things happening with my businesses and stuff. I want to turn this small church into 2 living units, and after talking to the town, they wanted over $200,000 in costs besides construction to do it. Paving the alleys, bringing water to the deal, fire sprinkler system, fire rating the walls, just doing all kinds of stuff. So I did end up selling this property. I'll talk about that here soon too, about how much I paid for it, how much I sold it for in an upcoming video. It was a neat property, but I'm glad it sold, and focus on some other things. So that's the video. That's what I've got for the CoinOp laundry machines. They're fun. They do make money. I think they're worthwhile. Tenants don't seem to have a problem finding quarters. We haven't really had anybody complain about that, so that hasn't been an issue. Some people have said we should convert to cards, that credit card machines. I hesitate to do that because that adds just more complications, more things that can break, and you're bringing more costs into it because you've got to get a credit card processor and do all of that. I have a store, a liquor store, mini mart, where I have to do credit card processing, and that brings more costs, more complications. So for now, the coins seem to be fine. Maybe at some point we'll convert to other things, who knows. But the CoinOp is fun. I enjoy it. And if you're thinking about doing it, I think it's worthwhile.